Dear ones, for August, there will be many openings, many new portals opening, many new streams of energy opening. This also means more disclosure. You may have noticed a trend of slow disclosure to the public, some through mainstream media, more through grassroots media, but more and more is being disclosed to the public for those who wish to see and understand what has been going on. And so there will be more of this. There is some potential for some mainstream media disclosure and some larger disclosures, larger in a more public sense. So with these energies of opening, it is important to stay grounded, of course, to stay balanced and centered, but also to allow for yourselves opportunities, new openings in your own lives. So if you have been doing things a certain way for a long time, or if you have been doing a certain thing for a long time, allow for things to be changed up. Allow for new to come into your life. Allow for something fresh to show up in your world, new opportunities, new understandings, new ways of doing things, even new wiring in your brains, new thought patterns, new ways of seeing things, new ways of thinking about things, new perspectives. Especially those of you who have been on deep healing journeys for quite some time, allow for breakthroughs in whatever area you have felt stuck in. Allow for sudden shifts in those energies and for the dam to break loose, so to speak. Do not hold on to the stuckness. Do not hold on to ways of thinking about that situation. Do not hold on to the pattern of the way things have been. Allow for a breakthrough and for new patterns to develop, for new wiring to develop, for new understandings and ahas. These could be quite major and significant for some of you. So I invite you, dear ones, to stay open, to stay open, to stay willing to see things with new eyes. August is a time of great possibility. Allow yourselves to embrace possibility, to be in the frequencies of possibility. And again, to not stay stuck. Even if something has been a certain way for 40 years, do not stay stuck in this way, but allow the new to emerge. And to understand, dear ones, that the new earth does not have the same wiring as the old. There are new matrices that go with the new earth. There is a new way of being, new ways of doing things, new expressions. And so the ways that you have been expressing, perceiving, understanding, and doing things, some of this will need to fall away in order to go through the new earth portal. And so there will also be a lot of opportunities for shedding the old, for releasing, for physical body detoxification, because some of these old patterns, these old wirings, these old ways of being have been locked into your body and need to be detoxed out of the physical body. The accumulation of the wiring, the patterns, the programming on a physical level has coalesced into something that now needs to be detoxified. And so if your body is asking to fast or to eat lighter or to eat different foods or to drink more water, listen to your body. And if you need to do a physical cleanse or a detox, now would be a good time to do this if your body is asking for this. With the incoming of the new, the old must be released. And as space is created as the old is released, you can receive and integrate more of the new. And so it is a beautiful dance to receive the new and to stay in the possibility of what could happen for you in your life. Yes, as there is disclosure, as the old matrices continue to unravel, it can feel like chaos, it can feel difficult. Many of you are still fighting spiritual battles in other realms and dimensions. And allow all of the old to dissolve while staying focused on what you are creating in the new and while staying in the frequencies of what is possible now for me. Even if nothing at the physical level has perceptibly changed in your life, even if you don't perceive a change, trust and know that things are changing. And use this knowing to stay in the possibility of what is possible now. What miracles could unfold in my life now, as many new doorways are opening.
Could you explain more about what you meant, Prime Creator, about fighting in other realms and other spiritual battles?
Yes, dear one, there are many struggles still for control over planet Earth in this realm and in others. And so many of you have had deep spiritual trainings in other lifetimes, realms, realities, timelines. And so you have the ability, while being in human form, there are aspects of you that are doing battle to protect planet Earth, to protect your own energies, to fight for humanity and the freedom of humanity. There are battles occurring at the solar system level, at the galactic level, at the universal level, even the multiversal level to some extent. Some of you know and understand that you are spiritual warriors, and some of you are doing this behind the scenes, so to speak, so it is not something that is in your conscious awareness. It is not something that you need to give a lot of thought or energy to unless you are feeling called to that, unless you have a knowing that you are a spiritual warrior and that you are working for the light. And I wish to clarify something here, that when I say fighting, there is an old paradigm understanding of using weapons and killing and destroying, and this is all part of fighting. But what I am talking about is something different. It is a more evolved understanding of what it means to fight for the light. It is simply standing for the light, commanding the sovereign space of the light. It is not something where you use weapons to harm or kill or destroy. It is simply claiming the light and the sovereign space that it belongs to, claiming humanity for the light, claiming planet Earth for the light, claiming your solar system for the light, etc. All of these things belong to the light, and so those of you who are spiritual warriors are claiming these spaces for the light.
Yes, Prime Creator, but could you share more about how one knows if they're a spiritual warrior, if they feel called?
This is not so important, dear one. If you know within your heart that you are, then you can have this knowing. If it is not something in your conscious awareness, then it is not meant to be in your conscious awareness. So I would not bring your energy too much to this. It is more important for some to focus on their human aspect and to work with grounding, or to work with cultivating and developing their spiritual gifts from the human aspect point of view. And so if this is something that you do not have clarity about, then it is more important for you to focus on your human aspect and the development of that.
In claiming the light for ourselves and for human consciousness and for the earth is to do that in the depths of purity. Do you do that with meditation?
It is unique for each one. It does not have to be in a meditative state, although it could be. It could be in a very lucid, human-centric state as well. It can be in whatever state you are in the moment, or whatever you feel guided to. It is different for each one.
Is it kind of the same when you're going about your day and you have a moment where you connect to all the light that is available, source light everywhere, the earth, in the air, in the trees, in the humans, in the sky, everywhere. And you just feel that connection and that oneness of the light. Is that the same thing, or is that different?
This can be part of it, dear one. Yes, this can be part of it. Again, there will be many different ways, many iterations in which this comes about. There is no right or wrong way, so to speak. It is individual to each heart, to each mind, to each soul.
So it's really powerful to call to it and claim it.
Yes.
I don't think I have not been doing that to my knowing. So thank you for that.
Yes, dear one.
I don't know if you have any thoughts about the reevaluation, Nesara, Gesara, if there's anything you would want to share around that.
Dear ones, this is something we have discussed before, and the message is pretty much the same: to stay focused on what you are creating in the light and allow whatever is unfolding in the financial system to unfold, because there are many moving parts and pieces. There are things shifting and changing for the better. There are things dissolving that could look and feel like things are getting worse. But remembering that the old matrices need to crumble and dissolve in order for the new to emerge. And so whether it is a quantum financial system or Nesara or a revaluation of currencies or whatever things you have heard, to not bring so much energy or attention to these things, but to stay focused in the moment on what you are creating for your life and what you are creating in the light. Because some of these things are psy-ops, some of these things have some degree of truth but are not completely true. And it can be a multi-layered tapestry to attempt to discern what is true and what is not. And so the best thing you can do from the human vantage point is to do your best to stay focused what you are creating in the light and allow the financial system to do its thing.
Yes, Creator. I'm just curious. Any guidance or updates on the culmination of negative energies for Mother Earth to be released? And also with the human collective experience, a culmination of energies as well? Thank you.
There is definitely a stronger coalescing of energies leading to a great shift. And you should experience, if you remain on the same timeline, you should experience a significant shift by the end of the year. For some of you, this might look like your previous life is almost unrecognizable, and for others of you, it will not be that extreme. There will be smaller shifts that affect your life and the way it looks. But as a whole, life on planet Earth will not look like what it has looked like at the beginning of the year. There is a lot shifting as the energy culmination continues to build momentum. You are not at peak momentum yet, but it is building. Remember in these times, dear ones, that the important thing is not what is occurring in the external. And while it is tempting to watch the news and look at what is happening across the globe, what is most important is what is shifting within you. How are you growing? How are you changing? How are you healing? How are you releasing the old? Because this is what changes the collective energy. This is what moves things forward on the planet. And I'm not saying to put your head in the sand or to have no awareness of what is going on, but do not give your power away to these things by focusing on them and allowing them to affect and impact your energy. What should be affecting and impacting your energy is your soul and your own internal shifts, your own personal growth. And if you are not focusing on yourself and your growth and your healing and rewiring yourself and releasing what no longer serves, then your energy is misplaced. Now is a time where this is of utmost importance. And so if you are feeling powerless in the grand scheme of things and what is going on in the world, then your power has been misplaced to the external. And you can harness your power by bringing your focus back to yourself, your growth, your expansion, your ascension, your healing. I thank you, dear ones. Well, I guess Prime Creator's not messing around. That was a pretty strong message. So if you need help with that, come join us in the Creation Temple for our weekly Monday gatherings, or enroll in a one-on-one mentorship with myself. Do what you can to get the support that you need to maintain that focus in your world. Thank you, everyone.